What's up, guys? Today we're going to look at about 10 minutes or so of gameplay. A couple of matches between myself, Covetous, and Scary Jack. Joining me on the broadcast is Triple V. How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
So, right here we've got the pregame lobby, and it looks like we're both hanging on to our standard robes. Jack was, well, he was in Shift, but now he's playing with Venture. But more than likely he's going to be using the Shift robe, which is going to give you the Evasion bonus. I'll be using the Rule robe, extra damage and extra armor. So he's using his top tier loadout, right?
Yeah.
And I'm experimenting here with that Heroic Blaze. If you see my A attack, that is a good interrupt right there. But as you can see, his evasion with that Zephyr, you're not gonna land anything.
Yep. The shields, the shields are great.
The shields
very hard to penetrate them.
It'll stop the drill, but it allows a lot of other projectiles to come in. But other than that, it'll give you a little bit of a buffer. It'll break up a combo like that. He couldn't get too close. Dodge those saw blades pretty well. Yeah, so this build that I've got going on, it's a jump and a leap. So that jump is going to give me a little bit of forward momentum. It's going to allow me to get close to him. And then Heroic Blaze, I wasn't able to get it off there, but that could have broke up that combo.
The evade always works at the worst times for the opponent.
That's it. If you're getting him in a combo, and you get one evasion, it gives him just enough time to snap out of it, and that's it. Yeah. Now you've got to wait for an opening again, and sometimes
that you might not get.
You might not get it, because especially if he only needs one good opening to finish you off. Every time you get someone in a combo, you've got to finish them off.
And you don't have any evade, so when he catches you, he could, actually end it. If he catches you in a really good combo, catches you in the corner, when he always has that 10% chance of
missing. Yes,
just like this right here.
That's it.
Just like that. He evaded.
But do you see that? Did you see that Heroic Blaze? It broke it up. Now I'm low on health. I need a lot of work here to make this work, but it gave me one more shot.
Yeah, that's just a great lifeline when you have that that evade.
The evasion. Yeah, it's like my evasion. I've got to do it manually. I've got to dip and dodge in the center, dip and dodge around the statues, use them for cover, because I'm not going to get any auto evasion.
You have the same dash?
Yes, the same dash. So he's going to. I don't have too much combo potential, but essentially that's what his ignition rush. Actually, looking back on it now, it's a good point you bring it up. His ignition rush isn't going to be as useful maybe as mine. And again, Heroic Blaze breaking that up. The funny thing with the Heroic Blaze, it's almost like a nuclear weapon, right? He knows that it's going to break up his combo, and probably the best strategy in using that Heroic Blaze is not using it. Because if you use it, you don't have it, and now he's not afraid. But if you don't use it, you've always got it in your back pocket, and he's got to be very cautious committing to combos. And if you keep your eye open.
Best thing for him is you using it, and then him evading it, and then he has you caught.
And then that's it. I've got nothing to break it up. Because as you can see that right there, it breaks up that combo. It's got a fast uptime, and then I'm out, and it gives me another shot. And all I've got to do is dodge a few more drills, and then I'm able to...
You know what? To be honest, because I was going to say, sorry to cut you off, but I was going to say he could also wait until he sees that your cooldown is over, then he could just manually exit so he doesn't get caught with it. But actually, coming from, like, if you play World of Warcraft, you can't see the other person's cooldowns. You just have to anticipate them. I wonder if somehow there could be an update in the future or something where you could actually remove the opponent's cooldowns, because that's not that... I don't know how good that is for competitive play, thinking about it now.
It's interesting that you bring it up. I wonder how it would change the mechanic I don't know if that would add to it or take away from it. I do think that there is. I think it might randomize the gameplay a little bit more. You'd have to commit to memory some timing, and I don't know if that would enhance the gameplay. I think it's good to know what your opponent has so you can tailor your strategy, and I think you're going to get the best gameplay out of that. I mean, it's a good point to bring up. It's very interesting to talk about certain mechanics of the game. But I'm a fan of seeing the cooldowns, knowing what you've got. But the reason you brought that up is because when you're talking about him knowing that it's on cooldown and trying to bait it out, you'll see when he starts to go into those combos, as soon as it comes off cooldown, he backs it up. And that's why that, nuclear bomb strategy works. Because if I still have it, him backing up is going to also allow me an opportunity to get out of that combo and resituate myself. So that having it as a deterrent sort of gives me other options. So it's kind of an interesting strategy.
And back to what I was saying before, an experienced player also is going to know when the cooldown is over anyway. It's more for, it'll just
get a sense whether or not your eye is fast enough to get down there and spot it. You sort of know. You have in your head, it's like, all right, what do I do? Do I commit to this, or do I just back up just in case? Are you going to dash your eye down to the cooldown, or are you going to just back up? Because sometimes you take your eye off the opponent for a split second, and that's all he needs to get out of there.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, that evade robe is just
it's very, very powerful.
It's just it's horrible to play against.
It's the evasion robe and it's the Zephyr, right? Now he's on Zephyr, so now I can't hit him while he's moving. So that is a perfect support spell for anything where you want to go up close, where you want to get up close, like this drill. It's a perfect. It gives you a perfect way to be aggressive without exposing yourself. And then here we go back. Same dance. It's, as you'll notice, the same. When you're playing against an opponent who's got, a strategy, that's his key strategy. And everyone's got their key build, their key strategies. You sort of get used to how he's going to use it. So not only are you tailoring your best response, but you're also tailoring how you play against it. Now, this build that I'm using, this is an experimental build. This isn't my A+. But...
Oh, nice one.
Yeah, it was a nice finisher. Using that jump and then that leap. But yeah, the leap, the Heroic Blaze was an attempt to, get some defense against his devastating combo, which is the Zephyr, Drills, and then Claw. Yeah. And then it's got offensive, it's got offensive... strength. Homing flare.
That's every time the evade always works. And you don't want it to work.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of Zephyr. That's a little bit of that robe. But yeah, that's why he's the Scary Jack, the Untouchable.
For now.
But yeah. For now, yeah. And that's kind of how the metas are designed, or how they naturally start to form. Is everyone's going to have their build, they're going to use it, and they're going to bring it into the arena. It's going to work or it's not going to work. And then something will then become the best build, which meaning it'll win more than half the time, or a substantial amount of time, until the rest of the field then starts to tailor their own responses. Once that build stops winning more than half the time, then it's going to force that player to start looking for other builds to then bring, back to the field, which then is the metagame. Now he's back saying, okay, now it's now I have to respond to the field. Now it's not them responding to me, I have to respond to them, and the tempo then switches.
Yeah.
So this Heroic Blaze, it was a good response, and it lasted a little bit of, it did okay against this build, which is, again, his top build, championship build. He won the championship with that build. The Heroic Blaze did do well against it.
Yeah, because in the beginning, it's a surprise factor because you're not used to certain moves, and then once you adapt, you see if it's the build that's really beating him, or the fact that he just has to adapt to avoid some of your some of your specialties.
Is it the right? Do you have the proper spells to respond to the threat, or is it the spells, or is it your implementation of those spells? Is it your strategy? Is it your tactics that are, you're not doing very well? Because two players could put the same build on and use it very differently.
Yeah, exactly. Again, the evade, you almost had him there, and then you just...
That's it. And the Heroic Blaze, if you evade that Heroic Blaze, you've got such an opening. Look at that. See? Up and then down, and now you're wide open. That was a waste.
Yep.
And then you know what? A lot of times you're throwing spells out there. You saw that Volt Disc interrupting. That was big. But that's it.
It's that evade, man.
Yeah, those claws are tough. Those claws are tough. So you see, in there, around.
That was funny. You had the shield, he had the evade, so there's no damage done on either side.
No damage done, yeah. Interrupted that combo. I could have got caught out there, but those shields did their job. They got one hit off, interrupted the combo, and they gave me another shot at life. Interruption with the Heroic Blaze, giving me, again, another opportunity to escape.
Yeah, I might have to start using the Heroic Blaze, because I hate getting caught in the corners. That could be my
it's
escape
very, very effective at getting out of those corners. Very effective.
What about pairing up the purple robe with the Heroic Blaze? That could be like a double whammy, no?
Yeah, I mean that would give you again another shot if you get caught in the corners. You get that extra evasion chance, and again, if you're constantly spamming out, dash dash dash, or high uptime like Heroic Blaze or shock assault, and if you're spamming those things to get out of there, if you get like one opportunity for the evasion to give you a chance, yeah, you're out. And now again, back to the center, back to the dance, and then who's gonna get the opening? Look at this.
Yeah, this is intense right here.
8 health versus 70 health. Who's going to land the shot?
Oh,
that could have went either way.
Yeah, yeah. These are both one shot away from winning.
That's it, one shot away. Yeah, this is the... We'll take a look at this last match here and see if we could see something. So here you go, Zephyr Drill. There's two different kinds of drills. There's drill and then there's Zephyr Drill. That was Zephyr Drill. My favorite way to avoid that is to dance around the statues and try and bait it out. That was regular drill. Seekers, that'll help, but he evades every single one because that is Zephyr up. Catching me in the center. He's probably wondering why he did that Inferno Cannon right there instead of continuing with the claws. It probably threw him off a little bit. The claws he probably could have kept juggling. Heroic Blade right over there. Seekers, I was able to catch him in the corner.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep,
oh, okay.
Yep, that was one right there.
Oh, what was that meteor thing?
Yeah, that was the meteor. They changed it. They actually made it better. The enhanced one, rather. It's pretty decent. It's like the fire version of the shark.
Hmm. So you have 30 seconds to get away from it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It's got a great animation if you hit. It's a little bit better than the shark, but it's not. It's it's not going to be in your A+ build. I pick up a lot of stuff. My strategy in terms of pickups is just get 5 or 6 spells up on him. Most of my loadouts are very, they have a focus, so I can pair anything with them. And now the tempo is mine. He's in the corner. I'm aggressive.
Yeah, once you get to, I mean, it's never always to the fat lady thing, but once you get down to a quarter of your health, your confidence is just, it's out the window. And
you're
playing a lot more.
Strictly defense, but look at that.
Let me not.
Perfect.
Let me not talk too soon. Yeah, no,
right?
never mind. I still stand at the same theory.
Yeah, and that was
it's a lot harder. It's a big uphill battle at that point once you're down. Even if you're down less than like half.
Yes. Yeah. Less than half. It's like you're going to, and that's also interesting, to see how people play when they've got a health deficit. Some people will get more aggressive, and they'll actually try and push, and whether that's a personality where they just like to push harder and harder when they're down, or is it just a sort of risk reward where it's like, you know, I'm not going to get killed in the corner. I'm going to, you know, die on my feet sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or do they play a little bit more defensively and pick their spots? And that really does vary player to player, and that's a very interesting dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So picking up that Bolt Claymore. That one was totally dominating on his part, and I couldn't even tell where the damage was coming from, but did it pretty efficiently. The in the middle of the ring is interesting. This is where we're kind of on equal footing, and where see that? Did you see how he backed away?
Mm-hmm.
He knew the heroic blaze was coming, and that was exactly what we were talking about. And I'm glad we got to see it live right there as the deterrent. He knew it was coming. He backed off, and you know he was right. I used it. He was out of the way, and if his dash didn't bring him far enough away, he could have come right back in for another attack and then probably finish the match.
Yeah.
Let's see, now I got 2 jumps and a leap. Yeah, that's an enhanced splashdown. That's a serious spell right there. 2 jumps and then leap. Hopefully get the leap off. Nope, his evasion got me, but again, he backed off as his evade worked. So, using that heroic blaze as a deterrent.
Yeah. He just nerfed that whole thing now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's it. Once you get that, now you know, he's got the timing down.
His opponent. Yep, that's it.
He's got the timing down. And now it's okay. Now I got to tailor my strategy. I'd like to see me win this one just to go the rest of the way on it, but I mean, 12 health versus 83 health. I mean, it's literally 1 shot away.
See the evade. The evade. You would have had him there. If he
I would have had him if it was the evade. But yeah, that was a lot of really good matches, and I think we saw a lot of really interesting highlights, a lot of really interesting tactics being played right there.
Yep.
So yeah, that'll do it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening and watching, and hope to see you on the field.
Later, guys.
Later.